Today's tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and today we are up against Iron Legionnaire. Kind of running the same fit as yesterday. I decided I would keep the two Panthers, and I've got myself an Orion, but I've got the K version today, and I've got a Griffin who is really well lit up today. So what we're going to do is we're going to push Arclight out, do the normal find the target sort of mission. Probably put Showboat on the other side, just to sit out on that side. Paradise in the Griffin needs to kind of just chill in the back probably, just for a sec. And the Orion, ooh, not quite sure how I'm going to push across here, but we might put you, she will keep you towards the back as well, just till we work out what is going on here. I always like to see what my opponent has first. Just so I can decide whether I need to push or not. He's probably going to have a varying amount of LRM, so we probably will have to push at some point. But we'll see what we're up against. Maybe, I don't mind if it's a fast-moving Lance. I don't really want Kintaros, I don't want fire starters. The normal, don't want. So we'll see what we've got. Alright, Shadowhawk. Ooh, alright. Shadowhawk's an interesting choice. It's not the greatest of mechs. The 2H, I don't play Shadowhawks enough to remember if this is the armored version or not. We'll soon see when we have a look at it. I think I like the armored version more over the lesser armored version. I feel like you need at least some armor on this thing, because at the moment, ooh, 3 mediums. It is a bit of, it's a bit of a toaster, right? I mean, it's got a LRM, it's got a AC, but without that, it doesn't really do too much more. Now, the real question is, does he want to have his go now, or does he want to have his go when I'm having my go? I do take Arclight so that I can do this to people. I do like to reserve down. Alright, looks like he wants us to go all at once. He might reserve again. Some people like to reserve down to phase 1. Thing is he could take his move now and then reserve, and then it would still be my turn no matter what. But a lot of people don't quite get that just yet. We'll see what he does. Sounds like he might be moving something. So what you do in this phase is you move a mech in the back here that I can't see. You brace it up, do whatever you want with it, and then it becomes my turn, and if I reserve, then it's always my turn, right? A Vindicator, right? It looks like we might be going for a fairly jumpy sort of fit here. The choices. I'd say that's braced. What we might do is we might move the Griffin. I might just leave the Griffin braced here, actually.
Staying here makes complete sense to me.
We'll see what happens. So I like to move stuff that's in the Fog of War, because it gives your opponent no idea what you've done. So at the moment, that should be Fog of War. He could maybe push forward with the Shadowhawk. He'll then see it. But I think we should be fairly okay there. Hunchback 4P. I'm pretty sure that's the laser variant. So there's a bunch of lasers on that bad boy. We still don't know what his light is. We do know what his 3 mediums are. So we're probably okay to jump and lock one of these now. And then we can go with the Orion. Now, what do I want to go on? This guy's giving me, I'm pretty sure that's the hunch side. So we might be able to fire into that side a little and just weaken it up a little on the hunchback, or we could start weakening up the Vindicator. This is a good good candidate for Paradise, so there could be that as well. It's not too many missiles on the Shadowhawk. I think it's an LRM 5, so we might be able to just tank that up fairly okay. We don't want to give him any direct vision though, because then he can fire the AC, which will hurt a fair bit. Well, we've only got... we might leave that last one till last here, while we sort of have a bit of a fiddle here. We'll probably take this ditch here. We'll brace up in the ditch. I always jump with these mechs just to give them a bit more movement. If you only stepped that far, you'd have no evasion, whereas if you jump, you have a fair bit of evasion. So hopefully he doesn't lock this. If he does, we'll still jump with it and probably sensor lock. And then we can just fire in the LRM-15. Alright, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with that movement. So he's probably going to defend here. He doesn't have... He's got an LRM-5 and an LRM-5, so he doesn't have a lot in the way of LRMs here.
What do you need?
So we'll jump over here, give ourselves a bit of evasion. He's probably moving his Shadowhawk this way, so that he can get a sensor lock and fire. But we'll jump here, we'll lock up this guy, and I don't even know who that is. We'll fire in some rockets. Alright, so he is bracing up. Alright, that's cool. He doesn't know what I have, so he probably thinks there's possibly a bunch of LRM boats back here. Bunch of them indeed. We could even maybe get some direct fire going on here, but we've got to be careful because he's got more direct fire than we do. He's got a PPC here. He's got all his lasers. He's got a AC on the Shadowhawk.
I've got more hostiles on my screen.
We've got a fire starter. Alright. Fire starter's a little exposed. He's probably going to go for sensor locks over here.
Ready to rock.
We can move for the direct line of sight here. Give ourselves 45 instead of 45. I'll take the 45. What does he see? He sees possibly this guy. Not too much else. Alright. 45 will have to do us. This would be 50 if he didn't have that one extra bit of evasion there. We'll start raining down some damage on that hump. Specifically that side is nice to get at. To start clearing some armor on the hump. Because you kind of want to hope that you get that. It's always his turn first, so we're kind of happy with that. He's got to be careful with his reserves. If he reserves down to phase 1, there is a chance that I can go. He has to kind of... Does he have to push forward? I mean, you could drop LRM-10s in. I mean, two LRM-5s you could drop in. It's not going to be all that huge in damage, but it'll add up. Especially if I can't brace. If he locks something that I can't brace, then it would add up. He's probably only got sensor locking on one mech here, maybe the fire starter. Alright, so he's probably braced that. Are you in vision yet? You are not. So he doesn't know what else is back here. We might just move your ass back just a little. Or to the side would be another option. We've got to be careful with the direct fire though. Might just keep you as far back as we can here. Just to keep things relatively safe. So who's missing? The Shadowhawk, right? So he just wants to maneuver that Shadowhawk around to get some direct fire probably. We'll keep our units fairly spread out here. Just while we see what he wants to do. I think the Orion is fairly okay where it is. We'll see what's up. We will see what's up indeed. Alright, he's coming around with the Vindy. So he's moved everything but the Shadowhawks. I'm probably okay to reserve in now.
Holding action, Commander.
And get my heavy. I don't mind if he could sense lock this and drop in some LRM-5s. It'll do, I don't know, 10, 20 damage at best. You know, it's not going to be monstrous. So we know the Shadowhawk's about here, and it can get to about here.
I hear ya.
Showboat. We could jump you out. Jump that ass out. But then he'll just move that away most likely. Arclight. Could put you up here. Have some vision. You'll get shot in the face fairly easily. Gotta be real careful of that AC. As a scary, scary little weapon. Just have a look. I don't think he has a sensor locking pilot in the Fireside. This is probably Paradise here. I think his sensor locker might be over in the Vindy. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like he's got fairly good vision on... Not much actually. Interesting. So it definitely doesn't have... I think this is This has got to be Paradise in here. Which means he can jump a fair distance. But he can't really... He's got no locking. He's got no sensor locking. Interesting.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Showboat, we'll just jump you around. We'll probably lock this. And then we'll double lock it. And we'll put some damage into that fire starter, I think. He could jump this way. With his fire starter, it will have a fair bit of jump range here. Yeah, right, so he's bracing that too. He'll probably run this thing out now. See where that Shadowhawk goes. He could consider jumping this way, getting vision with this. Who's Arclight? Arclight's over on this side, aren't you? Alright, we do have our own Paradise, so if we need to get them above, we can. It's going to brace that up. I think we'll forget about shooting into this. We'll probably just fire into... I don't really like the hunchback there.
What do you need?
We need to do a bit of a jump here. Just for a little bit of evasion at least. He's got no vision. He probably can't get the Shadowhawk in just yet. I think we'll drop some more rounds on... we'll probably go for the hunchback here.
Understood.
There's the Shadowhawk. He's going to move that in a sec. Yeah. So we'll just keep going on this guy, I think. He's kind of twisted around here a little bit more. If I can, I'll just move the Orion this way and probably try and get the front of it instead of the garbage arm there. Alright, he's bringing the Shadowhawk in. That was probably a full sprint right there. I'd say he's gearing up to get some vision over here. So we can shoot this guy in the front, which is probably how we want it. Nope, we want to shoot you in the front. Which is probably how we want to go. We don't want to really be shooting him in the sidearm, because that sidearm is just... There's nothing in it. So it's not great to waste any ammo into that. And the way it works is it ups the chances on the sidearm and leg, and you really don't hit any center torso here.
Here we go.
So we'll shift for this. 65 to hit, not bad. It looks like we did luck out a bit though, and we did hit most of that torso that we don't need. He might jump this over, grab some vision. Let's see what he wants to do. Fortunately, we're not braced over here. He still has no idea what else I have. Luckily. I don't mind doing a couple of rounds of just shooting this guy. At best, it's probably 20 or 30 damage. But it's okay. I'll take 20 damage. It's probably more in the region of 10, but I'll take 20 damage. I'll take 20 damage indeed. I mean, it slowly adds up. The more bits we can sort of wear down, it just adds to the chance of... If you rip something off, then it ups the chances on something else. You know, it's just a bit less that you have to get through to get to the mech there. So I think he's wondering if he needs to jump here, have vision. Alright, the Vindy's probably got no vision. So we should be okay with that. We'll keep moving you. Think he still has no idea what's here. I'd like to keep some heat though, if I could. Where do I put you? Do I put you on this flank so that you can be close to this action? Maybe I do. Because I think this is where he's going to go. I think he's going to go on this Panther. So we'll probably jump you over here. And we'll brace you up. Because I'd say he's looking to go on this Panther. He's feeding me the P just for a bit of damage. I really would like to know whether that Shadow Hawk is easy meat or not. If this was the lesser armored version, I'd be happy to shoot at it. I think he's hoping that I'll go with the Panther. Without vision on the Panther, he can't get them above, so he needs to probably jump to here or run to here to get vision. We're going to have to start shifting these Panthers. They don't really want to be taking... Well, they don't want to be taking a Vindy, that's for sure. Good thing is because we've been shooting this, he's just moving it really slowly. Which is fine for me. What we might do is we might lock this again with Showboat here.
What can I do for you?
Because Showboat's in no real threat here. I'd like to put her in the trees. Just to make things a little nicer for her. In fact, we might use the trees on this side here. Because I suspect we're going to have to use this alleyway soon to fire across.
Time to fly.
We'll lock the Hunchback. I really want to go last with the Panther here. Just to make sure that everything's fine. He's given us the hump again. And I'm fairly happy for a hump. He really desperately wants me to move this. What we might do... Reserving... Yeah, so this turn, no matter what he moves, I could probably reserve. And go last with Arclight. So I can fire with Ozone in the Orion. And then go very last with Arclight here. Just to keep things nice and safe. Or as safe as I can get. At least. It's alright that he moves this really slowly. Just means that it gives me more turns to fire, really. Even if it is half damage. It's not all that shabby. Alright, so. This is where it gets sketchy, right? Do you have vision here? It doesn't look like he's got vision, right? Yeah, so he's got no vision. So even if he jumps here, we should be okay for a reserve. He could jump and shoot this. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I will check out how much armor this thing's got though, if I can. I would just love to know how much armor that's got. Alright, he's going to walk his fire starter and save a bit of heat. No, that's a jump, I think. No, that's a walk. Alright. So, let's have a looky at what you've got, sir. We could actually sensor lock this, drag it down to 2. It wouldn't be enough, though. I think he can now see the Griffin. Just don't want that fire starter getting up on my Orion as well. That's the other dangerous thing here. So I think we just back you up this way. We'll have a peek at this guy. So which version is this? This is the well-armored version. Alright. We'll fire in the LRMs. Bit more damage into this. Yep. It's getting there, I guess. It's getting there. It's getting there indeed.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are going to have to be super careful here on what you give vision to. We could actually go here and give vision, which is... Actually, that's not giving vision, is it? We could go here and fire with arc light and then move her again. Can you move and fire? Is it worth it though? That's the real question. That is the real question. In a medium turn, he could probably get to this, so we would have to move it. I could move here and then jump back this way. I think that's what we'll do. We'll move here, we'll fire, and then we'll probably just jump out with arc light here. 75. We'll just slot one into the side of this guy. You know, just give him a bit of a zap. Bit of a huzzah zap. We could probably even just reserve to here. See if he wants to do this. He might move this around and shoot. He probably reserved down though. Yeah, he definitely wants to reserve in, which is fine.
Yep.
We'll happily jump out though. And brace, I think, is the plan of the day. Now he has
Copy that.
no real targets there. Just brace up. This might enrage him a little. He might quit. I don't know. Some people get unhappy when they can't get a hold of things. We'll see what he wants to do though. We'll just reserve in. So he gets 4 moves here. I would probably move this here. I don't know what he wants to do. We'll see how he goes. I really don't want this getting on top of things. That's the scary thing. Even if I bulwark up, this can do a lot of work to us. We might have to condense our forces a little here if he's going to use the fire starter, because we're going to want to def them above back. And to do a def them above, it needs to have 3 bits of evasion or less to hit it at maximum speed there. Maximum speed. Alright, so he does have sense locking. Can he fire from there? I don't think so. I think we'll... I want to reserve in for this. We can do. So we know that this guy has no brace now. He did jump him though, so there is a fair bit of movement on him. I think we'll just reserve in. We'll see what he wants to do. He's probably going to hose me with the Shadowhawk here. I think he might be able to zap me with the P if he moves far enough. What do I want to target here? Maybe the P. It does about 150. I think it does about 190 damage or something. I can't remember how many lasers it has. Or is it 200 damage? I just can't remember how many lasers it has exactly. I'd say he's going to use the Shadowhawk. He'll jump it over here. Probably fire into this. There we go. So that's a jump and a fire. That's going to be costly. Luckily, the evasion. What I would have probably have done... it depends, I guess. Depends on if he could get this into shooting range. If he could get this into shooting range, I might have gone with this and fired. So I've got choices here. I could maybe shoot at the Shadowhawk as well. I think we can just stroll up and shoot the Shadowhawk. We could even go all in on the Shadowhawk. And by all in, I mean have a couple of turns of firing it. So we would jump, lock, fire, fire, jump, vision, fire, fire. I don't know if it'll be enough to knock it though. At which point we are then into brawl range with the fire starter. It's gonna hurt if he's got vision with this. Hopefully he doesn't. Alright, he's just bracing that up. That's gotta be... surely that's laser range, I think. Maybe... no, that's... I think that's laser range. Or not. Alright, so he's protecting his fire starter here. which should be okay for us. I think we can jump here. We can lock the Shadow Hawk. It's probably going to have about 4 bits of movement. So we might have a hard time hitting it, but it's probably the weakest here. The Vindy's got a fair bit of armor. So we'll lock you. Alright, and then I think we go with Paradise. We'll reserve down though, we'll force him to move this. He might reserve into phase 1. Alright, he's gonna move it, that's cool. Okay, so he's moving into possible range to go on this. Next turn, he has to still jump for this though. He's gonna just embrace up there, yeah. There's no way we're going for that for a target. Alright, Paradise. What do you got here, buddy? You got some decent hit chances. In you go.
As you wish.
Get him. Get him, boy. We'll fire him with you, and then hopefully the Orion can do a fair chunk of damage here. Is what we're hopeful for. Unfortunately, we're spreading out our damage a little. He's got a lot of damage on his own end, which is the scary thing here. We'll try and move away from this P as best we can. I could have maybe braced, because I suspect he's going to go in with the this thing here, but we'll see in a sec. Yeah, we're not doing much stability damage here. Alright, overall it's not a bad turn. I think Arclight? Yeah, there's no vision on you, so you should be fine to reserve in.
Waiting for the right move.
There shouldn't be any vision on this stuff, so this can't get them above us just yet. He might think about doing it with the Vindy.
Reserving action.
He could lock one of these. If he locks one of these, we know that he wants to probably death them above. And we'll just try and keep it out of range of this. He could also jump in, give vision with this. Brace it. That's a bit sketchy, but it would have a lot of movement. He's pretty hot on it at least. At least he's kind of hot. This Vindy. I like the Vindys. They're really well armored. And if you want to death, he could just use this as an alternative death from above boat. Alternative death from above. So kind of taking a little bit of damage on poor old Arclight. She's like, yo, I didn't really want to be taking this damage. Hunchback is weak on the back, so I'd love to get some of my my Panthers behind it if I could. Didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping to the Shadowhawk. But I just got to keep a bit of range between me and this Firestarter. At least the P's kind of out of position. He could have maybe have sprinted it in this turn. It's interesting that he keeps rotating the arms like this. I mean, if you... Alright. If you're going to do this, you might as well just keep it always facing this way. Just so that... I think what he did there was he was thinking about his move and then realized he was running out of time. So you can just reserve into the other person's turn. Alright, he's going to back his Shadowhawk out. Okay.
What's the plan?
We might just move you and fire here. You could even just fire from where you are, but I'd like to move you for a bit of evasion here. I think what he's realized is he's a bit away with his P. We'll move Paradise first. He's probably not going to get a turn of shooting at anything anyway, so we might as well take a shot while we can. Maybe we'll hit here. Oh, that was beautiful. 20% to hit, and we hit. 25, and we hit that. That is not bad. So at least it's a tiny little bit of damage to the Firestarter. Tiny little bit of damage. We'll probably keep just, could maybe lock something in here. He's probably just going to jump things and reinforce them. He's having issues with his vision here, is what he's having. Because he really wants to get this in. He wants these things to be firing. The Shadow Hawk, he's had to move out, so even if he does get vision, he can't fire it. It is just a hard life in there at the moment. Alright, the fire starter's going out. Do I go for the fire starter? I could do 2 on it and probably fire the LRM-15, so maybe. I think we'll do it with Arclight though here. We'll jump with Arclight. Probably to the trees here. I think we should be okay from the laser, but we'll just take to the back here. And we'll get this guy twice. He'll be down to about 2 evasion. And then we drop an LRM-15 on him. Everything's probably braced up here, I'd say. It's the way of the game at the moment. Alright, you want to be like that? Fair enough. He'll probably start moving this. I think what he's going to do is he's going to try and start moving his stuff backwards. Which is okay. Because he's trying to suck me off this hill a bit. But, I'll move forward with him. I've got the range on my LRMs to just keep hitting this thing for a while. I could even fire in maybe a PPC if I thought I was going to get lucky there. Alright, he's bringing his Vindy forward. Is he going to sensor lock over here? What's he got left? Just the Hunchback, right?
Good to go.
The Hunchback can't quite fire as far as I know. And it definitely can't fire over a hill.
Ready, set.
So we'll double lock this guy. He's probably going to sprint this thing forward now. I would definitely sprint the Hunchback here. To try and get this ground here. He wants the Hunchback towards the front because that's all of his armor. Maybe we should have brought Apex and something. It's always a hard choice. You only get 4 mechs, 4 pilots, and you're like, well, I need a tank. Paradise, maybe I could have replaced him with Apex, put this in, what would I put in here? Maybe a Griffin 1N, and then you get an LRM-10 and a PPC. Might have been the way to go here. I would definitely sprint this forward. From tree to tree, you should be able to make it to about here. And then you should be fine. That's a brace. I would have sprinted. I mean,
What are your orders, Skipper?
damn, we can fire, what? The AC from here. Do I want to fire the AC? I think I might. It's 30% chance though. Can we get a bit better than this? Although, if we don't move, we also brace. It's god awful, isn't it? If I move to here, what do we get? We get 50. I think I might just take the brace and just sit on the hill. I mean, the damage is going to be pretty non-existent, but you never know. High roll with the 30. Nope. It's not even going to hit. Alright, we did about 6 damage. We do have the refire going on the AC though, so we have to be careful there. He's going to reserve down to 3, because that's the turn he really wants to do his moves here. The P's slowly getting in. This is the real damage right here. The turn that P gets to, I think what he wants to do is he wants to move forward, brace, have me fire at it, and then the next turn he can fire back with it. And hope to do maximum damage while he absorbs a fair bit of damage on it. It's all a wee bit awkward in here. He'll probably go for, I don't know, do you sense lock this? I don't think you can quite make shooting range on that. We could maybe, if he moves the P in, fire Paradise into it. He's probably... I would move the Shadowhawk. I don't quite know where the Shadowhawk is. It was around here somewhere. It could be heading this way. While we are distracted here. Do I think a Griffin could take a Shadowhawk? Maybe. I mean, it's Paradise, right? So he can just get them above it. And just start punching it. I think the Shadowhawk does more punch damage. Up front, but... I think what he's... Yeah, he's definitely taking his time. And he's trying to consider how he pushes this hill as best as he can. It doesn't look like he's going to pull back. I thought what he might do is he might pull all these units back, but he's just going to try and push it. So that was the Shadowhawk there. So the thing is, I could risk a sensor lock here.
What can I do for you?
I want to keep this hill in the way as best as I can here. So I think we could go for a sensor lock on this. We know he's got no more LRMs. He'll probably lock me up with this, but we'll see how we do here. So hopefully he pushes that forward. I wonder if he's going to swivel this mech. This arm is kind of annoying that he's using that arm. If he pushes it forward a bit more, we'll probably be able to get light lasers and LRMs onto it, which is why I risk the turn now. I mean, he can lock this, but there's not much to do firing-wise. And this brace, it's going to get him up the hill, but it's going to take a lot of damage, right? Alright, he's going for the old indirect here. That'll be a brace. That's fine. I think we can move here just enough to get some direct fire. Alright, so Paradise is up. He can direct fire. He's already moved the Shadowhawk, so we're kind of okay there. He might push his Vindy out.
Of course.
Might push the fire starter forward. Still don't know where this Shadowhawk is, but... Actually, we should have locked with Arclight. Damn it. No, actually, we're going to fire with Arclight, right? This is okay. Man, we are landing those hits, though. Can't believe it. RNG is like, yo, I'm going to smile on you today. And then you know what RNG is going to do? It's going to be like, yo, I hate you. And suddenly I'm just going to start missing when I need to. Get my hits in here. So we'll jump Arclight over here and fire again. And then we'll see if we can't fire with the Orion in as well. I have a feeling we probably can. Alright, he's pushing that back. I'm fairly happy with that, because that means he's got even less range to have a go at us with. Take this for a jump. We will probably have to do some sensor locking later with Arclight just to cool her down from this, because it's going to be an expensive jump here. Firestarter's still in there. That Shadowhawk is somewhere in the wind. Somewhere in the wind. So what do you do with your Firestarter now? Do you push that forward? He's having a real hard time in here. Thing is, I don't want to ever use my turn first. Because if I do, I suspect what will happen is I'll get sensor locked. And he'll push this forward to fire on me. What do you got? 45. Can you get better than that? No, you cannot. Alright, 45 will have to do. Can you take towards the back though? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Right there. I think we'll roll with the 45. I mean, we've got 14 turns of firing. Refire's kicking our butt a little, but... I'm happy with that, I think. we'll roll on the 45s. We've got another 10 turns of this as well. So we've bled off some armor here and there in comparison. Now, do you start pushing this back? We can still drop LRM 5s and LRM 15s onto this. Even, so, say 20 LRMs hit. What are we doing there? We're doing 80 damage. Half damage is 40. And then minus, say, another half hit. So we're doing about 20 damage a turn. It's a little embarrassing, right? But I guess we've got to be happy with what we get. I mean, he's doing nothing in return, so there's that too. I think what he's doing is he's going side to side to spread out the damage. I would just eat up all the damage on the side of this maybe, and then rotate. Because the side of this hunchback has nothing in it. Maybe he's scared that if he eats it all on one side, then I will start getting through into center torso here. Yeah, he's just flicking it side to side. Let's just reserve. I'm fairly okay if he does all his turns now. He could maybe jump forward, lock, fire. I mean, if he jumps forward and locks, we'll probably just fire into the Vindy, since we know it won't have any evasion going on. Sorry, not evasion. It won't have any brace. We've got 4 bits of evasion here. He could... okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Arclight.
What do you need?
Can you actually... I don't think you can fire from over here, can you? I think what we do is Arclight... you don't want to jump though, that's the only problem. I think we just move you forward and we'll sensor lock over here.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Drop some more LRMs on this guy. So we can go 5 and 15. Really, I wonder if I would have been more aggressive with this fit. I mean, I wouldn't want to bleed off. He's only bled off 2 bits of armor, right? I don't know if I would try to be a bit more aggressive. I would have probably maybe pushed the P into here when I had the chance. Alright, so his sensor lock's done. He has no more sensor locking. Doesn't look like we have anywhere that can really do any direct fire. So I guess we just keep shifting this way. Fire in 1. And fire in 2. Fire the torpedoes!
Roger that, Commander.
What do we got on this side? Alright. Wait, do you have an LRM? Did I just move the... I was like, how do you have so many LRMs? It's because I moved the Orion. I was like, wow, Paradise, you are working it, buddy. Working it. Down another bit of armor. Just gonna... I don't know, it's not gonna be great for you after a while, is it? Let's have a look here. Yeah, I'm probably okay having Paradise around this side.
Have no doubt it will be done.
I wonder if he's trying to get the
Good to go.
Griffin behind us here. Alright, so we're kind of onto that armor bit. That was 6 damage. That's not bad out of a possible 10. We gotta be careful that that Griffin doesn't, the thing doesn't get behind us. So we might just push Arclight over here and brace for a sec, just to make sure there's nothing coming in behind. I don't want the Shadow Hawk to get behind me and shoot me in the back with an AC 5. It'll be a lot of damage, plus LRM 5s. It'll be far too much damage. Because it goes through all your brace here and stuff, so it doesn't matter if we brace. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go check out back here for a sec. He was originally over here somewhere, so it'll probably take a few turns of jumping and running.
Yep.
You want to do me a sprint here, buddy? Just to make sure, actually. You should be okay with that.
Copy that.
Should be okay. Alright, he's just keeping his fire starter to last. I don't really mind what he does with his fire starter at the moment. We can't see it anyway, so there's no real big drama there. Alright, looks like he wants to push this flank then. Okay. We should have no vision on this just yet. So we should be okay there. He could sensor lock this and then try and get them above. We'll just scoot over slightly to keep this thing out of the way. That's probably death them above range. It would be a little... I could leave that there for death them above, because that's probably not so bad if he death them aboves me this early. If he death them aboves, we would sensor lock, and then we could punch and jump, and probably just to crush this thing down. Because I can't imagine it would be able to stand up too well. He could jump this in, fire. If he jumps it in and fires, we would probably... So we would move you, sensor lock. Alright, the P is going to be reinforcing itself right there. He is peeing himself.
Reporting.
This is a little annoying because we're going to give up death from above here. We could force his hand. If I go with you, Arclight, then we could force him to do this move here now, I think. Arclight, just swivel like this. I don't trust something to not be back here. We'll go on the fire starter now. We'll try and force the hand. So now he might move this forward. Now instead of later. So, if he jumps this in and fires, we can jump this out. And then we... Alright, so he's holding his turn here. So what he wants to do probably is jump us completely, right?
I hear ya.
It's a little scary being so far out of range here.
What's the plan?
I think, Paradise, you're going to have to go... You know what, Paradise, just stay where you are for now. Drop in the LRM5s. Alright, one hit. It's okay. He's still considering this. If he moves his Vindy, he can't get a sensor lock. He could jump. If he jumps, I think we jump, sensor lock, punch, and then we can go with Arclight again. He will get out of here though. So we'd have to rely on the punch hitting him pretty heavily. Arclight would get to shoot in, but there would be too much evasion going to do serious damage. Okay. He's gonna brace that. The Hunchback swapped arms again. I might give the Shadowhawk a little bit of a go here. Actually got vision here. Fairly certain he doesn't have vision. I think we'll just take a move and a lock on the Shadowhawk. We'll keep this this guy in mind here, but I think the Shadowhawk might have sprinted. No, he didn't. Alright. Alright. Who's up last? The Vindy, right? The Vindy is up last. So we can maybe get some direct fire with the Orion here. Maybe just burn off a little bit more on this. Alright, he's pushing forward with the Vindy. I think he's gearing up for a turn here of going in. What do we got here? 55. I think we might just fire this in. Try and keep as much space between us and the Orion and this fire starter. Because I don't particularly want that getting on us. 35, we'll just roll the dice again. You never know. At least 55 should do a bit of damage here. Alright, so we're close to an arm. There's probably not much on those arms. I might have to, this turn, just hold up on firing with the Orion to just prep up for a turn of actually firing in the AC without any roll modifiers here. Because the modifiers are going to be pretty important in the next turn if he jumps towards us here. He's having a really hard time with this fire starter plan. What he wants to do is he wants to jump this fire starter in to start the fight, right? Without vision, you can't do that. To do it, he needs to lock with this. But as soon as he locks with this, out this moves, right? Out it moves. This guy's braced up. This guy's got not too much evasion. He's just poking and prodding at us, which is fair enough. I'm pretty happy that he's given me a fair few turns of just firing in. He just wants to poke and prod. He needs to find an opening to jump in with. He desperately needs an opening here. He's probably going to want to look for that opening sooner rather than later. Because armor is starting to get a little sketchy on things. I'd say he's going to lock this. No. Alright, he's going for the Orion. Alright, he might fire in with the Shadowhawk here. Try and do a bit of damage on this. I don't think he can get his P around enough to shoot on this. So we know what he's already sense locked. We could reserve here and see what he wants to do. He'll probably reserve into us. I doubt he wants to yeah, I was going to say, I doubt he wants to just let us have free reign of shooting here. What we might do is we might sense lock twice with these guys. He's got the range on us though, so he might be able to jump out of sense lock range here. You know what? The Vindy sense locked, right? So we could probably go on the Vindy here. We'll jump you. We're going to be careful. You could jump this forward for vision and fire onto the Panther as well. We might bring... Might jump you forward here to give vision on the Vindy instead. 2, 3, 4. It's not enough though. I think we take you to here.
Here we go.
And then we'll lock up the Vindy, since we know he's got no brace on that. He'll probably move his Shadowhawk and fire. Moves his Shadowhawks and fires. We might be able to lock that and fire. Or he might do a few turns in between. I would probably move my Hunchback Move my fire starter. I jump the fire starter to over here somewhere probably. Just to at least threaten with it. Brace it. Jump, brace. Get ready for some shenanigans. Get this up the hill. Oh yeah, I would jump and brace with the fire starter. And then I've got a choice of either locking the fire starter or continuing on this. I would then move the P up. Actually, I would fire with this and then move the P. And then I'm only going to be doing very little damage to the P, right? That's a sprint. He's giving us the garbage arm though, so I don't really want that. Showboat, you're going to have to move back here a little. It's not enough. We could probably put you into here somewhere. Sensor lock that.
Got it.
We will take some hits from this. Oh, actually, we should have gone with ozone here. See, hopefully he goes with the fire starter next, and then we will get the turn with ozone. So we'll fire with ozone if he doesn't go with the Shadowhawk. Hopefully he goes with his fire starter and then the Shadowhawk. I don't think he will. I think he'll go last with his fire starter, which is unfortunate for us because he's going to get some direct fire here. Yeah, this is going to be a little painful. Alright. Tank that up a little.
My old mama can hit harder than that.
It's not great for you though, buddy. It's not great at all. We'll rotate you a little here, just to ensure that he's not shooting into the AC side.
Acknowledge, Commander.
You're now braced. 65. Actually, I should have gone with Paradise,
Target.
knowing that he'd already gone with the other mech here. Because then I could have done maximum damage. That's fine, I guess. He'll then jump the fire starter forward. He'll prep up for probably jumping into this. Get the Panthers back. These guys will be braced. Well, the Orion's going to be braced. The Griffin needs to be towards the back somewhere. Probably get the Griffin down on this side. He's walking that in. Gee, that's a sprint. Yeah, so he's setting up to death them above from here, right? I don't think he has vision,
You have
just
order?
quietly, but can we get you into... Cannot. So what we'll do is we'll put you over here. 60 will do.
I understand.
Keep the Griffin towards the back. We want the Orion to probably be the primary here,
Target acquired and locked in.
just so that it takes a fair chunk of damage. Alright. So, now, does he have vision? I don't think he has vision. Yeah, he shouldn't have vision with these two. He's going to reserve in. He's going to want to lock this up and death them above, because then he can fire in with this stuff while it's...
Waiting for the right move.
while it's just sitting pretty, right? So if he death them above's in, we'll probably counter death them above it. I think we could probably focus it here. We'll see how well the Orion comes out. I might be able to step behind it and focus with the Orion. He'll probably, actually no, he's going to death them above probably the front. We then, what do we then do? We get to go last though. What he really wants is he wants the Orion to go first, so that he can do maximum stability damage here. Because we're running pretty cold on it at the moment. He could reserve down, and then I'll reserve down, and then he'll see if I go with the Orion. I could move the Orion out, but then the range of this thing is huge. It's death from above is miles, right? Got our focus though. So even if this thing has full... He's taken a long time to do this. So with focus, even if this thing has full evasion, we should be able to get it pretty hard here with the Orion at least. Alright, that's bad for him. Because I will just blast this thing, I think, with a focus. So he can't death them above this turn. Good to go. Could probably sensor lock a Shadowhawk here, or we could fire with Paradise. So we might go with Paradise onto this. And just kind of eat a little bit of turn-ins here. I just want the Orion to go semi-last, just so that we can do some work with it later. Oh, I can't believe that we've hit so many times with that. We'll probably use our focus on the Orion and just blast this thing in the face. Unless the Shadowhawk comes in. I should have actually looked. Oh, I should have looked at what has vision, because he might death them above with a Shadowhawk. The Vindy's too far away. The P has a little bit of travel time. It might get to about here before it can shoot. I should have looked at what has vision though. He might have firing solution with the P actually. Please don't be firing. It's gonna hurt on a Panther if you do. Ah, he does. Alright. That's not good. Ooh. Was that focus? Alright.
Good to go.
So I see what he's getting vision here with. So he's got vision with that. Probably just jump back then. Yeah, we'll just jump back. We've still got the PPC at least. I think we'll just... Actually, we could walk, right? Can we walk? We can walk out and have vision. Does he have vision on Arclight? He doesn't.
Commander?
So we'll just back up here. Could even brace, I guess. Alright, let's just back up. And... Could fire for... yeah, that's no good. We'll just brace. And then we'll use this to fire in here. Can I destroy this in a turn? I don't know if I can. That's a lot of damage on this Hunchback. He's in now in range with it, so it's a little sketchy. We have to see if he's got vision with this as well. He might use this to sense lock back here and fire on the Panther, I guess. And we're probably going to have to do some work this turn. It's got to be a focus, because he did all of those lasers hit for 25 damage. Apex, you can only fire one, and everything else you can not do that much work. So now he has to use this unless he jumps this forward. We'll see how much damage we can do to this fire starter, and then we might use our jump mechs to just harass the P here. Obviously we've got to be careful of the Vindy around the back here, just shooting these guys in the back, but I'd love to shoot this thing in the back if I could. The Orion needs to be careful of where it is. I think he's definitely got vision on the Orion at least. He's dragging us down to the rope here. I'd say he's going to reserve. No? Is he going to fire with that? He is not. Alright. Arclight. Can you just move and fire here? Alright, let's go. Let's go with the move and fire.
Confirmed.
And then we'll have to go with a focus on the Orion just to shred this thing. It'll be down to 3 bits of evasion. Probably not going to get a free turn on it next turn. Arclight, if you fire, there'll be 2 bits of evasion. Alright, so now he probably wants to move this Vindy up. He could maybe even move it and fire if he's got vision on the Orion. Yeah, that looks like a move and fire. Ba-doom. Alright. So we'll move the Orion back because I don't want this thing get them aboveing me.
Confirmed.
So we can happily move back here. And we can fire in with our own focus.
Copy that, Commander.
So no vision for you. And then we will focus up.
It's go time.
And we will just blast this thing for all we are worth.
Weapon. Go.
All we are worth. Alright. He's lost a flamer, a machine gun. This thing's hammered.
What do you need?
So Arclight could shift sideways here. Might just reserve down. I'd say he's going to jump that out now. Alright. I could fire twice into it, but
Waiting for orders.
we do have some issues here. He'll probably move this around and fire into Showboat. Unless he wants to jump it forward. He can probably make these trees, I'd say, and fire onto Showboat. Which might not be so bad for us. I'd love to get them above this. And finish it off. Might be just out of range for Death Them Above. Maybe I should have had the Griffin a bit closer forward. I'd say he's going to jump this out. If he wants to keep it alive, I guess. Luckily that leg is wrecked. So if he Death from Above's in, it is going to collapse a bit on itself. I would push this in, fire, 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 jump. Dunno. This is fairly stable here. Like it's a little bit hard to hit this thing. I'd rather work on some of this other stuff. If he walks this in and fires, then we'll probably work on the Hunchback because it's gonna be in by itself. The Shadowhawk can't really help it out. If he gets vision on the Orion, he might get them above him with flamethrowers and try and heat the Orion up. Alright, he's bringing the Shadowhawk around. I don't think... He might have vision, I guess, on Showboat. Let's check out Showboat here.
Good to go.
Alright, doesn't look like he's got vision just yet. Paradise.
How might I help?
Can you death them above? You cannot. So we'll move you up here. And we'll probably just fire with you. I'd love to shoot this thing in the side. And I'd like to stay relatively close here. How much armor do you have? You've got a fair bit of armor, right? Yeah. It's not the greatest of hit chances. I just want my Panthers to be able to do something.
Certainly.
If they need to. What do we got here? If we get lucky, we might zap that leg, actually. It would be amazing if we did, but it's not looking promising. He's either going to jump this in, or jump it out, lock with this, lock with this. You could lock the Vindy onto maybe the Orion here. Alright, sprinting it out. That's a full sprint. Interesting. What's left to go? The Hunchback and the Vindy, right?
Waiting for orders.
Could probably jump you just back a bit. I'd say he can't get vision with you unless he wants to go with his Vindy, which I suppose could be a possibility. We'll probably have to feed the other arm, even though I don't really want to. There is nothing left on this side, so let's just feed that. Because otherwise we will be into our torso. He could just straight out kill this. He's given us the other side of the fire starter, which is pretty healthy from what I remember. Let's see what the Vindy wants to do. The Vindy will probably lock the Orion. And then he walks in with the P here. I could have actually locked the P and probably fired the Orion into it. We'll see what goes on here. Yeah, right, so he's going to go on the Orion. Just reserve for a sec. He's probably going to be able to fire from here. If he reserves, I might be able to get my Orion back a little. Alright, so I'd say he's braced up in there.
I'm wounded, Commander. Yeah?
Who's this? This is Arclight. We can get Arclight out if we need to, I guess. Let's go have a look at what's going on in here.
On it.
So this is possibly Bulwark here. Yeah, it is. Do I want to fight into Bulwark or not? I don't think I really want to. At all. We could death them above this though.
Take this.
We could definitely death them above that. So you just want to probably stay where you are so that if you do get shot at, you're alright. We'll fire in the AC, we'll turn off the LRMs. We need to save some heat here, solely because of the fire starter. I think we do this. Or we just go in with the AC maybe. Save some heat. And then next turn we death them above this. And go in with everything we've got. Alright, that hump's taken a bit of damage. Are we in death them above range? Maybe. Reserve in here. I'll get Arclight out this turn though. He might death them above Arclight. But I'll probably just scoot Arclight back. We'll sensor lock the Hunchback with Arclight. And then we'll prep up for a death them above. He's probably thinking about whether he wants to death them above this. His leg is really weak. If he blows it off, the bug will probably knock down Arclight. Alright, that's fine.
What do you need?
Arclight, you need to jump out, buddy.
Up high.
You need to sense lock in. Oh, don't screw me over buttons. Need to sense lock this in. Death them above this. And then reserve in. So he probably wants to death them above here to remove the Bulwark. Which is, I think, probably possible. And I want to death them above in there to remove his bulwark, which is definitely possible. So he's got to maybe take a turn to sense lock with this. Do I take this turn to just jump in now? I could. Or I could fire in. So he's got a hard time at least firing with these. They get a +1 modifier on the roll dice though. So he does have okay hit chances here. Focus is coming in. He just wants to tank from those trees, right? He's probably got... I wonder if he's got bulwark on both these. If we can kill this, this is most of his damage right here. So if we can get rid of this thing, it's a lot of damage gone. We would be doing... I don't know... 90 damage with this, and... I forget how much damage you do with an Orion. What do you got? An AC 10... plus some other stuff. He's giving vision with that. So he wants to fire with this then.
You have orders?
We can death them above you. It's not on a side though, it is the front. And then he'll get to bulwark up. It's not what we want. What we want. So has he got vision here? He has no vision, right? He's setting up for the death them above though. That's what he's trying to do. Firing with your PPC. The main problem is he's gonna get to... Yeah, because we had to move arc light, we're actually out of turns here on what we need to do.
Reporting.
Death them above this and kill it, and then get out. He would then have a turn of firing in with this stuff. Maybe we'll consider that for a death them above instead. I think we'll fire with this, and we'll see what he does with everything else. See what he wants to do with everything else. If this moves, we might actually be able to death them above onto this arm, which would be fairly good for us. Hopefully he does the hunchback next. We need the hunchback next. He's got no vision though, so he won't do the hunchback next. He can't do it. There's nothing providing vision, right? If he was going to do this next, he would have had to have sense lock or get this to give vision. I think this turn though, we will probably death them above. Oh, he's moving it? No. Alright, he's just trying to rotate the arms here. Okay. It should bulwark up though, as far as I know. Yep, there it goes.
What's the plan?
So now we can death them above this thing. We won't get through the arms, but the Orion should be able to do a fair chunk of damage here. I would prefer if it was on the other side, obviously for good reason, but we have to take what we get here. So let's execute this. In we go. It's not even close. Alright, we should be able to knock this thing though. Between the Panthers and the Orion. He will now probably... I don't know if he counter death them aboves here. You probably turn and punch this, maybe. And then go on with this. Luckily we're in the trees. So you could sensor lock, punch, that would get you down to 3. And then get behind with this. And then jump in with this and hope to finish this off. So you can jump this to probably somewhere over here and fire. It's a little scary though. He's doing his own death from above.
I'm being flanked.
That's on our legs. That's not so great for us.
Few more hits like that and I'm dead.
Not so great for us at all. I think we gotta be careful with the Orion here. What do we get for hit chances on the back of this guy? How much armor does he have? On the back of a Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk? Not you. Shadowhawk. We could fire him with everything on the back of the Shadowhawk, but I probably want to knock the Hunchback here. 60 to hit, plus 70 from this, plus the SRMs as well. And then, do we fire in everything? Maybe we fire in everything. Gotta be careful of that fire starter. And then we go with the 2 Panthers. Get rid of this, and then it's just a Shadowhawk. Let's go. Alright, hopefully we knock him down. So now the 2 Panthers should be able to fire into this guy. He's probably gonna death them above us with the fire starter here. But that's okay. We could just reserve. We'll probably reserve down to here. And then we'll have our go. Actually, do we want to do that? We could do both of our moves here. And then we actually get to go first with the Orion. Because he has 2 moves here. He'll have 3 moves here. I think he's probably going to death them above with everything though. Here we go. Luckily the leg on this is pretty busted, so it's not going to be great for him. So we're going to be trading our Griffin here for this. But I'm okay with that. In fact, we might even be able to get this if we're lucky. We'll core out the Hunchback though, for starters. Ooh. Should still be okay.
Yep.
So you boys need to just get on in here. Showboat?
Waiting for orders.
Can you do better than that? Really, are we having a hard time shooting this thing? Alright, Showboat, you're gonna have to jump sideways and fire with your PPC. Which is a little unfortunate for you. Into here, fire away. Alright, what are we down to? 40. So we should be able to finish this guy off.
Yeah.
Which should be super good. Kind of chances, 75 and 50. We have to take that. So a couple of decent hits from this should finish this guy off. We need we need at least the PPC to hit, and then some of the SRMs. There we go. So that's down. That means we can now concentrate on this guy here next with the Orion. We're gonna lose the Griffin here, but that should be okay. He'll probably shoot the Griffin. I'd jump and shoot it. Shoot with this. There's no point in punching it really. The Orion can fire into the side of this. Oh, he's got a focus? Is he focusing one of these? Surely you get rid of this, right? He's really close for the AC. Maybe he's multi-shotting here. In the hope of maybe killing Showboat, I guess. I think you've got enough damage in all of these to... Ooh, he is going on Showboat. Alright. Showboat, you're going to get knocked here? You're looking okay. Maybe I would have gone on the Griffin. He might fire here, I guess. We're down to 4 evasion. A shot to the side of this would probably kill it. He's got no evasion here, so if we can get on that with the Orion, we'll be able to kill that off. The Griffin needs to get up. I would fire into the Griffin, really. Because this is gone. We'll get our Griffin out of here. His leg is not looking so happy, but we'll do what we can to get him out. Is he dead to above with that? No, he's not. That's going to cost him some heat, though. Alright, send a torso. So, a light for a medium. Definitely down for that, because we should get this guy right here.
Orders.
Oh, you gotta be kidding if we can't get him. To the front? You got plenty of armor. This is probably okay move here. That is really annoying.
Awaiting orders.
Or we could get up, get you out.
Confirmed.
I think we just go on this first and see how we come out of this. Yeah, let's see how we come out of this. If all of this misses, we will death them above probably onto the side of this thing. That's going to cost us a lot of heat. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a leg that's nearly gone and a torso that's nearly gone. I think we probably focus for this, just to ensure that we go through everything here. And then if we miss, we get the Griffin up,
Here we go.
and we go on this. Alright, well that was a little bit of overkill, but it'll have to do.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
You need to get up, and you need to get yourself out of here, my friend. You need to get yourself out. Can we just jump back and brace probably? Just for a bit. We will get out of here for a sec. I just need a bit of heat back on this guy. Get him back into position, because at the moment we are all sorts of out of position. We'll force him to go first. He might jump for this and fire at it, I guess. It's a shame we lost Showboat, but we'll have to take that. He could consider going on this, since it's now exposed. So you can fire with both of these into this. There's no trees, there's no cover. So it's a fairly easy target. He's gonna death him above us. Alright. The leg, not great. Oh, that is his Angel of Death. I would have thought it would have been the fire starter, but I guess not. Alright.
Standing by.
So we sense lock and then we can fire, I guess. Save ourselves some heat. Maybe I should. I assumed the fire starter was the Angel of Death, but my bad then. My bad indeed. Shame about that leg. So we get you up, you punch, then you come in and you actually you have to get up and probably walk away and fire. You're gonna have a hard time shooting into this. You could maybe punch. He's gonna shoot us in the torso here probably. It's gonna get rather nasty, rather quick. Shadowhawk. Oof. Alright, there's a bit of damage going in on us. Luckily we're in the trees, so it's not too rough. We got a lot of armor left here. So we'll probably stand you up. And we'll take a punch here, I think.
Back up. Let's go.
I could consider death him abubbing. This is pretty messed up. I could even just punch him for 70. And then fire with the Orion. Damn, I've already moved, right? Yeah, I think he's just going to keep death him abubbing us with this. So, I think 70 versus 25. 90. I think he just deaths them above us again. Onto the side. Can't really get a good side to fire into either. I want to keep away from this. Maybe a little. It's giving up the weak side there. Yeah, that's bad chances, really. Let's just punch him.
Moving out.
I'm just gonna have to punch here. I could death him above, but I think we'll save a bit of this mech as best we can. Alright. And then Ozone, you're gonna have to just stroll on in, buddy. We want no vision here, because I don't particularly want him death and abubbing me. Stroll in, we'll turn off the LRMs, save some heat. I don't think it's gonna be enough though. We're probably gonna have to turn off something else. Can we turn off these two? 60 to hit with this, or we could go in like this, still an overheat. I think we just fire in the AC then and the SRMs. I'd rather fire in the AC since the 2 medium lasers are only 25 damage. They have the better chance to hit, but we'll see how we go. Oh, we got another focus. So we can lob in some more rounds onto this guy. If we get him unsteady, if he death them above us again, we should be able to knock him. Because you don't gain any real stability back from jumping. Plus that leg is pretty weak. Alright, cool. So if he death them above us, again, we're probably in the range of knocking this thing over. At which point Ozone can fairly much just go in on it. He might try for the death them above with both. Alright. I guess that's a way to go as well. So then you just punch with this, I guess. Man, I should have just deathed him above. If he's gonna just do this to us. You know what? We'll just punch this guy. And then... Gee, we could just death them above, right? So if we death them above you... Come down on the... neither of those sides are great. We've got part of our leg armor. We could just go from here, I guess, to the front. We gain no stability back, so we'll get knocked. But he'll get knocked as well. But then he gets to shoot us in the torso. I think we just punch him. He'll get himself up next to him. We'll get knocked. Yeah, let's just punch. Oh, lovely. There goes a leg. So now if he death them above, it's a little bit harder. He's still going to get up before in the next turn, which is a shame. But we'll use our focus maybe and blast them again. It's turned into a bit of a brawl here. Bit of a brawl at BattleBot Central. He could jump behind us and shoot us. It's probably not worth anymore. It's probably better to jump into the side here and shoot. We might start overheating. Next turn I think we'll overheat the Orion if we can. To do a bit of damage and go from there. We could even shoot onto this with the focus. He's probably just going to punch us here because he knows he has no leg, right? Yeah. That was our laser. See you later, laser gazer. I'm surprised we didn't get knocked there, but that's okay. We could even roll in for a punch and cool ourselves a bit. What do we got to hit this guy? 90. Maybe that's worth. And then next turn we use the focus up close. Yeah, I think we do that. And then we should have the heat to max damage, right? If we're lucky we hit a leg here. Oh, it's going to be the garbage shoulder, but that's fine. We could even knock this guy so that he doesn't get a turn. How close are we? 80. I think that's fine. We'll knock this guy over so that he can't abuse this mech so hard. So off he goes. He's on the ground now. Should be on the ground. And then we will get punched from this. This will go down. And then we get to use the Orion. Probably we'll use the Orion on this... I think we use it on the Shadowhawk. We'll have a look at what's left of mechs here. We might be able to core out the Vindy with the Orion. He's going to knock this. We core out the Vindy, then we get to kill this. It's all a little up in the air. The Panther is doing a lot of work. He is putting in the work. So this is going to get knocked here. We're going to lose another arm. Man, that's bad days for this mech here. Oh, Griffin's like, yo, I'm on the ground again. So let's have a look. We can fire in with everything. I think we go for a focus here.
It's go time.
And we just blast this guy, right? Overheat? I don't think that's worth. I need at least a little bit of heat here. So what would we do? We'd do 40, 100, 150. 150 is not quite enough to kill this guy. It's getting pretty close though. It's getting pretty close. What's he got? 10. So we just need an LRM from here. I mean an SRM from here to hit. 2 SRMs from here to hit and he's dead. If he doesn't move. He'll probably punch here. Or he could fire while we're on the ground. But that should be okay. Or you could punch here, set up for next turn to death them above. But that'll be fine because the Panther can still, as long as we can fire into the side of this thing, it should go down next turn. We'll use the Griffin to hit this. Man, this is it's just a slugfest in here now. Luckily, our Orion's going to do way more damage output than these guys. Way more damage. So we should end this. Man, this has been pretty brutal. Pretty brutal indeed. We should end this with at least the Orion sort of sitting pretty. The Panther might get abused here a little. He's got no vision on the Panther as far as I know. He's death him aboving. Alright, he's just trying to get as much as he can out of this thing. Let's see. So you need to stand up. What do we got left? Got most of our leg left here, right?
Here we go.
I could do the same. I could death from above down on the side of this guy. It's not even the good side though. Could death him above this guy. I think I'd rather death him above this. I can get the Panther around the side of this, I think. Yeah, I'll come down on this side, rip the last of that arm off. And then we should be fairly okay here. So we'll get rid of that arm. There's probably not much in that arm, but that means that we can now fire into the side here. I could finish. Can I get you? I can't get you, can I? Alright, so if I jump here... Has he got cover? He doesn't, does he? So I just need one SRM to hit. I think that's how we go. We'll jump you over here. We just need one SRM to hit the middle. Hopefully we don't hit a leg here. I mean, we've got a decent chance to hit, right? There he goes. There he goes. So now it's just a battle between these two. He might try and... There's no point in death him aboving this. It's got... It'll have one bit of evasion, so it'll be slightly harder to hit. I'd probably just continue to beat down on this thing. You might get rid of the Griffin. We'll come around with the Orion, and we'll just hammer this thing into the side here. So he just needs to hit anywhere, really, and that Griffin is gone. Down it goes. Down it goes. I've never thought of putting Paradise in a Shadowhawk, really. It's not too shabby, actually. We'll rotate on the side here. Keep firing into the side of this guy. I could have even punched him, I think. Punch might have been the better choice here. Since we are super hot. But we might as well overheat. Since it's pretty much all over now. And then the Panther can fire in the side. In fact, we've got to back up with the Panther a little here. Just to be able to do this. What have you got from here? How bad off is he? Alright, that's fine. I think we should kill him with this. So move here, and then we'll focus. Straight to the side. We just need some of the SRMs to hit, and he should be toast. There's only really the torso in the way. PPC will go right through that. Boom! He is down. Alright, a little rough and ready. Definitely. Hopefully we should get the end screen here. Man, it was not who I thought was in the fire starter. Let's check out the fire starter, because I think I'd like to know what pilot he had in there. Blockade. Alright. So I had Showboat in the Vindy. I do like Showboat. Paradise in the Shadowhawk. Ozone. Yeah. I mean, we really had to get this out of the way. It is a lot of damage. It is a mass load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Isn't there another one? 8. There we go. So there's 8 lasers. So what is that? That's 50, 100. Yeah, it's 200 damage. Plus the small laser, another 20. So it's like 220 damage if he gets it up close. And it does a lot of work. So we really needed that to die pretty soon. Which then just leaves him with an LRM, an SRM, and an AC5 on this thing. You know, Vindy, even though it can death him above it, it's not huge, monstrous. As much as these. You can see the death him above, really. I really thought he had death him above here. Most people put death him above in the fire starter so that it can jump 1,000,000 miles and get on top of your stuff. I'm pretty okay with the fact that Paradise went in when he did. We needed to get that Hunchback down and get it destroyed. We took a mass load of damage. I wasn't expecting the focus onto Showboat, which was a pretty good move actually, to core out that. And then you just kind of have to hope that your Hunchback survives, right? Overall, not bad, not bad. Thank you for that, Iron Legionary. And with that, we'll take a break. Tune in next time. More Adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.